Once you find what works for you and your body type, like, the sky's the limit. Like, hey you guys, it's me. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time. Today I'm sitting down and I'm talking about my fitness journey. Definitely is some like, girl, like what? I would never guess. So if you want to find out what that is, keep watching. To start off with, I'm going to be explaining my fitness journey in 3 different phases. I'm going to go early on up into high school, college years, and then I'm going to talk about post-college up until now. So as a child, like, I've always considered myself to be like on the thinner side, especially when I was younger. I was pretty active once I got into middle school. You know, I started playing basketball, so a lot of conditioning came with that. My parents, they were fairly petite themselves. 5'9", I weigh about 157 pounds. Definitely slim thick. To some people, I'm just slim and thin, but obviously they need to see the optometrist, but that's another story. Within that, yeah, like, never overweight, pretty active, grew up in the 90s. So of course your girl was, you know, outside on scooters, running, playing, skating, everything outside pretty much until the street lights came on. So that's pretty much my childhood. But one thing that kind of stood out about those years is that for whatever reason, like 7th grade going into 8th grade, came across these Tybo tapes, these Jane Fonda tapes, and these are VHS tapes, and a VHS pregnancy tape of Denise Austin. And so I got those and I'm just like, yeah, like, I just want to be a little more fit. And it's funny that that was something that I wanted to see, because honestly, like, I didn't see women in the spotlight who were muscular or who were super toned or anything like that. I didn't see the female that looked really like cut out. Like, there were a few female actresses that I gravitated to who did like action stuff, which is really like Tia Carrera. I know y'all probably like, who are these people that you're mentioning? But she was really like the only female action person that I can think of. Like, I also, Xena, the warrior princess. So, but she wasn't all that cut out to me anyways. But I saw these tapes and I'm just like, I want them. Like, I want to work out. Like, that seems fun. Maybe I'll watch, you know, the beginning of Nutty Professor a little bit too much and thought like I need to get like some step aerobics. So I'm like, ha ha ha. Whatever the case is, it's like I wanted it. So I used to find myself doing the Jane Fonda tape. Denise Austin, that's my baby. Like, she has my heart. Like, she really started me to like get on like this fitness journey, and I was just like, oh my gosh, she is just like the cutest, the sweetest. So anywho, that kind of sums up how I first got like introduced to fitness outside of what was, you know, given to me like at schools and just like running and playing, like me putting in that extra work. So then let's go on to high school. Play basketball. So we were always conditioning the stairs. We didn't really lift weights or anything like that, and my stomach was flat, never defined, but always flat. And I was definitely on the skinnier side at that point. And once again, if I have some pictures from high school, I'll insert them, but I didn't really take pictures like that. I don't really take pictures now, so definitely didn't really take pictures then when I was looking crazy. So play basketball, play travel ball. I go off to college, and of course we have to start going to the weight room. So we start going to the weight room. Like, I'm starting to lift weights on top of the conditioning. Like, now I'm looking at these men, particularly the basketball team, and I'm like, you look good. And that body look right. For some reason, I don't know why, it's just like, well, I want to work out too. Not that I want it to look like them, but I really love like the definition that I seen on them. Like, they had these nice backs, some very toned arms, 6 and 8 packs, and I was just like, I mean, I could be the female version. Ex-girl, she the female version of me. Like, what's up? So got there and I was just like, yes, like didn't really enjoy working out. So let me put that out there as a disclaimer. Like I've never enjoyed working out like that. Like there are some days that I'm like, dang, like I really need to get into the gym and like lift some weights or do something like that. But it's not like, oh yeah, like let's go off to the gym today, like have a good old time. Like, but I do know that I've worked out for years at this time, so I do feel off if I don't find myself working out on a consistent basis. So that was kind of my stage then. So up until this point, like pretty much all my workouts had been dictated by coaches, and then like here and there, like I would work out. I started going to the gym quite a bit. Like I just wanted to be in shape because the coach had sent like this stuff that we needed to do over the summer. And at this time, like they gave us workouts to do, and it was just like sprints, you know, treadmill workouts, bell workouts, like free weights, a lot of different stuff. This packet was actually, well, it was a notebook, but this notebook was actually pretty legit, not gonna lie. It outlined a lot of stuff for me, and then I was just like, oh, like I'm not just going in the gym like all willy-nilly. Like I have a plan on these days at these times. And I would go to the gym sometimes after season was over, but it wasn't like anything extensive. Like a lot of my workouts and focus was like just improving on my basketball skills. So I would be like in the gym a little bit. Sometimes I would go out to the track, or I would just run around like the block for like endurance purposes, but it was mostly like getting up shots and practicing new moves at that time. So anyways, fast forward to like my junior and senior year. So my strength and conditioning coach was just like low-key like next level. Went to Cal State San Marcos. Woo woo. Shout out to any of my Cal State folks out there. Like it's definitely a family. That campus sits like on top of a hill. So especially if you're parking like on the front side, you're walking up some stairs. It's not an easy trek up to wherever you gotta go. So my coach, like we used to like run up that and then just kind of do like this little loop that goes around like the track and all that stuff. So I was just like, and at that time, I really wanted a defined six-pack. Like that was something in my head, but back then, like I just wasn't, I used to eat a loaf of bread each week in college, like without hesitation. Graduate college, I come back home to Vegas and I get a gym membership. At that time, it was Gold's Gym before they transitioned to EOS. So I decided to go to Gold's Gym. And it was good for me. Like there they had, at the one on Losi out here, they had the full court basketball thing. So I could go in there, you know, work out in the gym and then still get a few shots up. Because at this time, like basketball was still like a huge part of my identity. So go in there, I'm working out, probably working out like 3 or 4 times a week. Working out, but I still had like no plan. Something was just missing for me. Like, yeah, I was working out and I was maintaining what I already had, but I wasn't seeing the changes that I necessarily wanted to see, which was more definition. I venture out eventually, like maybe like a year and a half, like I have been here. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna need a trainer, because I always was like wanted to do it, but then I was like, I don't really want to pay nobody like to tell me what to do. Like you can do it yourself. Pictures when I first started working out with the trainer. So I started working out with the trainer 2 times a week, and I want to say maybe 2 times a week, and I paid him $200 for the month. Things are going great. I started to see like a little bit of change, but it still wasn't enough, because I was reliant upon working out with the trainer to where I wasn't doing what I should have been doing outside of my sessions on my own. Like I thought that because I worked out with the trainer, my personal workouts started to get a little lackadaisical. So I worked out for him for like a little bit, And then I end up working out with one of my friends. So I started working out with him, and I'll insert some pictures here of when I started working out with him. And I was working out with him about 3 times a week. Of them were group sessions, and then one of them was one-on-one sessions. And I want to say that I paid him about $250 for the month to have those 3 workout sessions. And if I do that, I stopped working out with him and continue to go to the gym. There's always something in the back of my head where I'm just like, you should be doing more. Like, you look nice and all, but you know you want to attain these things. So you got to find a way. And that went on for about 3 years and whatnot. I ended up switching careers. I actually started to see a lot of changes, and that's because I started incorporating like new things into my workouts. Like, I started bench pressing at that time. I started doing a lot more of squatting, a little bit more ab work. And I feel like I was surrounded around people who have been working out for years, so they had a lot of insight themselves or stuff like that. I was just like, oh no, like I don't like this, or it feels weird when I do this, and they're like, oh well, this particular exercise will work the same type of thing. So that's something that you could look into, and extremely like helpful. I think the guys from my work like are so nice, like so sweet. Shout out to you guys who are just like so nice, that I think have helped me out, because I'm definitely that person like, can you like give me a little bit of like knowledge on this? So that was good. And then eventually I started working out with the trainer that I have now. And when I tell you, like, this guy, like, he's probably been training, I think, for about like 15, like between 15 and 20 years. And it's just like, first I was like, dang, like these little 30-minute workouts, I'm like, I need an hour workout. Like, go to my first workout, and I said, I could do with a 15 because this 30 is too long. But very, very good workouts, like pool workouts, then turf workouts, and of course like free weight workout. And like every time I go, and I've been working out with him for about 8 or 9 months, and it's just like every time I go, I only work out once a week with him. Every time I go, I'm just like, dang, like I've never done this exercise in the 15 years that I've been working out, or this combination. So now that I've kind of talked about my journey a little bit, I just want to talk about things like throughout this journey. So I feel like your fitness journey is personal and catered to you. Like, yeah, there are certain experiences that you have that might be the same or near the same as somebody else, but it's kind of one of those things where it's just ongoing and ever changing. Like, you have different body goals, you reach, different ages to where certain things, certain looks just aren't all that appealing for you. You just want to maintain stuff. You're bulking, you're leaning out, you're just getting started, you're losing weight. So it's just like this constant roller coaster. But some of the things that like I've picked up from that I think has been extremely helpful to me is, one is of course like nutrition. I wish if I had incorporated nutrition into my earlier phases of working out, especially when I got out of college. I know that if I had a stricter nutrition plan, I probably would have had those results that I was looking for, just because the amount of times that I was working out and the intensity of those workouts on a consistent basis. But fitness is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. Like, it really gets me going with the workout. Now, while I said I don't like working out, I always like how I feel after I have completed a workout, and that's something that keeps me going. And it's just like, I know you don't want to go, but you know how you feel after. So go ahead and get out the house. So that's always good to me. I look forward to continuing my own fitness journey. If you guys are looking to start your fitness journey yourself, I'm telling you, like, go out and do it. Like, go to the gym, sign up for a class, get a personal trainer if that's within your budget. Start doing walks, start doing, workouts at home. find somebody that resonates with you. We always have the best intentions when we start, and that kind of like fizzles out along the way. So find something to start you off, but then while you're doing that, you're gonna have to find something that's gonna sustain you throughout your whole workout journey. I hope that today this video was helpful to you in some way, shape, or below, like how long you've been on your own fitness journey. And as usual, like you have to take time to enjoy your own journey. I know now in the world that we live in, it's so easy like to compare yourself to other people because you're seeing things that be like, oh, this person's been working out just as long as me. However, like they lost 25 pounds, they look amazing. Meanwhile, I'm over here struggling to lose 10 pounds. Like, you know, different body composition and different things. Like once you find what works for you, and unfortunately that doesn't always happen so easily, but once you find what works for you and your body type, like the sky's the limit. Like don't stop until you get the results that you want for yourself. I want to thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to come and watch my video, and be on the lookout for my next video about 5 tips to actually stay consistent within the gym.